So the next one that we're looking at then is, I think, one that feels probably a bit more pleasant than the lower back, or the lower back is probably one of the nicer areas, and it's the upper back. And it's that gap in between the medial border of the scapula and the spine. So it's rhomboids, it's mid-traps, lower traps, upper traps, everything in that area. As we all know, a lot of the time the problems are people come in with this kind of posture. We need to do the release work from the front. They indicate you get into the back, and we know that probably actually you'd benefit from some work around the front. So what we're doing here is the opposite. We're kind of doing a bit of what they want usually, which is working around the back. This can help with an immobile scapula. So somebody that we need to get that movement through the scapula, it's not coming. I said there's 17 muscles that connect to the scapula, quite a few around to the medial border, and we can lift them up off the rib cage rather than just compressing everything down one into the other. It's about 4 layers of muscle through there. So we've got towels. We'll probably leave the bra on actually for this, which is helpful. But what I will do is just get you to put your left hand up behind your back for me, please. Good. And then relax the arm down, because some people will hold it there. We don't want that. We don't want contraction through these muscles. So that's lifting the scapula up off the rib cage anyway. And you can do a bit of an assessment just to see what kind of movement have we got, which is then helpful afterwards to reassess and see what have you been able to achieve. A bit of wax in the area. Make sure that you've got enough. You can always mop it up afterwards if there's too much. And make sure you're covering a bit further afield than you might actually be going, because you don't have to stop what you're doing with the cupping to then go and put more wax on. I'm covering all the way from the spinous processes to the medial border, because we're not just limited to those soft tissue areas. Let's get the cups involved. One pump to begin. Beginning near the spine, and that's moving really easily. I think what that usually tells you is that it's not going to be too painful. If it's kind of getting a bit stuck, you're really having to pull to move it, it probably means you've not got enough wax on there. But always go with their feedback. You can see we're lighting up a lot quicker in this area. Different areas of the body will mark differently. So it's losing the pressure as it goes. Eventually come off. Just keeping an eye in there to see are there any restrictions. You'll know when you see it because there's like a crease in the soft tissue. Now that's getting a bit red, so let's go over onto the medial border. And then start to delve into a bit of infraspinatus. As you go over those bony prominences, it's going to get a bit caught up. So don't force it, just go slowly. Is that all okay, Andy?
It's a lot more comfortable than the lower back, actually.
Good.
I'm glad to hear that. You're going to love it now.
Yeah.
And now a bit of a move onto the spinous processes as well, because you're taking advantage of the negative pressure that we can. And just a variation on what we're doing. A bit of transverse, a bit of longitudinal, and some of those twists as well. Just applying a bit of torsion to the fascia. As you come around into this area here, which is somewhere around there, that's where it's going to be a lot more tender. And you'll see later on when we do the lats, that marks a lot quicker. So just be mindful of that. If you are going to come around to the edge, just move it over there quickly enough not to keep any pressure on the area. Okay, and the colour, more than anything else, tells me it's probably time to stop there, because we've got the levels of erythema that, with massage anyway, we'll think, okay, there's enough there. Has it been effective though? So the only way that we'd know that is the feel of the tissue. Don't forget palpation is a method of assessment, but also if you did assess the scapula, just a very quick look at passive protraction, that can make quite a quick difference.